Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you're doing well. So today I am going to be addressing some of your questions as I maintain my garden. So come with me as I work in my garden and also answer your questions. So question number 1 is, am I an organic gardener? Yes, I am purely an organic gardener. I don't use pesticides or chemical fertilizers in my garden. And I also practice sustainable farming methods. So yes, I am an organic gardener. I'm not only an organic gardener, but I'm also an organic gardener's trainer. So if you're willing to become an organic gardener, or if your dream is to become an organic gardener and you don't know where to start, please reach out to me. I'm going to help you in the journey. Our policy is that we start you in an organic garden. We train you how to start an organic garden, and we offer you support to your first harvest. So if that is what you would like to see, please reach out to us and we are going to walk with you the journey. So here I am trellising my cherry tomatoes. Well, whatever threads I'm using are a bit weak, so they're just cutting off. Yeah, so I'm trellising my cherry tomatoes. You know that I love to grow a lot of cherry tomatoes, but these ones, they grew when I was away, and so I had not maintained them. That's what I'm doing. The next question is, am I an off-gridder? No, I'm not an off-gridder. I don't live off-grid. I'm probably more of an urban gardener, not entirely urban also. Let's say peri-urban gardener, because where I live is not entirely urban and it's also not entirely rural. So I'm not an off-gridder. Off-grid means that you're living where there's no electricity and so you have to take care of your own power. No, I do use electricity, so I don't live off-grid, even though some of the things I do favor off-gridders. So yeah, that is what we are. We are not off-gridders. We're just urban, say semi-urban gardeners. The question number 3 is, do I grow all of my food? The answer is no. I don't grow 100% of my food, but I grow about 70% of my groceries. So say greens, onions, tomatoes, and all those things that people go to the market for often, I grow them. But I don't grow most of my carbohydrates. So I don't grow rice, I don't grow maize. Even though I grow maize, it's really not sufficient for my use. So I do buy maize flour, I do buy rice. I also don't grow potatoes, and I do eat a lot of potatoes. So I don't grow 100% of my food, and just grow up to like 70% of my groceries. And the other question is, how am I able to grow 70% of my groceries in such a small garden, even though I have other work that takes my time? And my answer is always value addition. Value addition and intensive gardening. So the only way I've been able to become sustainable in such a small garden, my answer is value addition and intensive growing. I grow my food, a lot of food in a very small space, but then I practice a lot of value addition, so nothing goes to waste, and that's how I'm able to have food throughout. So I practice a lot of freezing, a lot of canning of my food, but largely freezing. I don't really do so much of canning because it takes a lot of time, and also in this part of the world, the canning supplies are not as abundant as everywhere else. So I don't do lots of canning, but I do a bit of canning, especially for tomatoes. The other thing that I've tried is drying my green vegetables. I realized I don't like them so much, but it's also a sustainable method you can use. You can actually dry, but this is a personal preference though. I don't like, I prefer frozen to dried. So yeah, that's how I preserve my food. So I freeze my vegetables. I blanch them and freeze them. The other thing I do is fermentation. Did you know you can ferment your vegetables? Yeah, our traditional communities used to ferment They are green leafy, indigenous vegetables for even a whole month. So I've learned this from my family members, how to ferment my food. And so I do lots of fermentation. If you know me from other quarters, you know that I ferment a lot. I do sauerkraut, I do pickles, and I do a lot of kombucha. Kombucha may not use lots of farm produce, maybe herbs and fruits, but yeah, it's also a method of fermentation. Okay, so I'm done trellising my cherry tomatoes. Few as they may seem, these tomatoes will give me an abundance of tomatoes for the next few months. And they're just growing in one container. I think the best thing for these tomatoes would have been putting a cage, but all my cages are now engaged in trellising other plants. And also where the cages are, I had planted tomatoes last season, so I didn't want to take back tomatoes there, because crop rotation and everything, so that you are a bit more sustainable. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed me answering a few of your questions, because I know you have so many questions and I can't answer all of them in one video. But I hope you stick here, because once in a while I'm going to be answering your organic farming questions. And I know one of the most asked question is, how do you control pesticides? I've done so many videos around that. This is me removing weeds. This used to be our outdoor sink, but it's no longer functional, and me being me, I decided to use it to plant something. So I've planted a melon, this one here, hoping it is going to thrive. So yeah, I'm done with maintaining those tomatoes, and thank you so much for hanging out with me in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more of this kind of videos. Always remember, if you have a vision, add some passion. I'll see you in the next one.